stop people catcalling and harassing female runners.
You have illegal migrant rape gangs in your...
This is what they talk about in the United States. Just to give you an idea of like the contrast between the reality and the narrative that's been pushed. And it is being pushed hard. The police issued a report, they described what happened, and then the disgusting, let's be very frank here, lies pushed by Elon Musk generates this outcome.
As I said before, I think the UK is potentially on the verge of a revolution.
Hey, how you doing, everyone? So, an event took place a couple of days ago in Dundee, in Scotland, and I could see the ripples of it, so to speak, over the pond, hitting over here where I live in Canada, and I kind of want to go over it just to kind of illustrate something which I'm noticing. There seems to be a genuine effort to talk down the UK. And I'm not quite sure where it's coming from or why it's happening. But the narratives being spun, the very kind of nativist right-wing narratives, are disturbing. Because when I go back there, the story that's being told isn't the reality that I'm seeing. And I think this example here kind of illustrates what it is I'm talking about. So let's just get into it.
In a similar vein, though even worse, I think, was the sharing of this video from Scotland over the weekend.
You have a knife.
You don't. Hey, I'm fucking 12 me. You're fucking batting kids.
Why are you fucking with
These
us?
are fucking kid bashers.
Show the knife. Show the knife.
Get
Show
the
the knife.
fuck away from us.
Show the knife. Show the
Don't
knife.
touch her.
That's it. That's it. Show the knife.
Don't touch my little sister.
Show the knife. That's it.
Don't fucking touch my little sister. She ain't fucking 12. Where's her fucking touching me? She's fucking 12 and you just battered me, mate! Where's her fucking touching me?
Yeah, show the knife. Maracha.
Don't touch her, doing to me! Don't touch her!
Now, if you're listening on the podcast, that video showed a teenage girl brandishing a large knife and an axe at the person filming. The person filming has a non-British accent, which is going to relate to the rest of this story, while another girl shouts at the man with the camera to leave them alone.
Okay, so this is basically the clip that goes viral. There's no context as to what led up to this event. All we know is it was a person with a camera out being like, where's the knife? The girl's pulling a knife out and brandishing them. One girl screaming, and it sounds like there's another woman there too. And my guess is it's a couple. But that's all the context that we have. We don't know anything else. So naturally, the police get wind of this and they begin their investigation. And this is a statement they release.
We are aware of misinformation being shared on social media in relation to an incident where a Bulgarian couple were approached by youths in St Anne Lane, Dundee on Saturday, the 23rd of August, 2025. A 12-year-old girl has been charged with being in possession of offensive weapons. She will be referred to the relevant authorities and our inquiries are ongoing. We would like to thank the local community for their help with our investigation and would urge the public not to share misinformation about this incident or speculate on the circumstances.
Okay, so let's just be super clear exactly what's going on here, okay? A couple from Bulgaria, man and a woman, were in Dundee. A group of teenagers came up to them, started harassing them, and one of them had an axe and a knife. So the guy got his phone out and started filming to record what was going on in order to make sure he had a way to protect himself. That's what's happened. I just want to make sure we're very clear. That is the event that took place. This is what the police have found out after their investigation. Now, unless something comes out afterwards, and I've checked, it doesn't seem to be there's anything else that's gone on here. This is the reality of what's happened.
Now, as for the misinformation, you really can't overstate how much misinformation there was about this case, because right-wing Twitter loved this video and they were quick to jump to conclusions. So an account called Right Angle News Network said, breaking, police have arrested and charged a 14-year-old girl after she was forced to brandish a knife to defend herself and her friend against a migrant who attempted to assault her.
This is exactly what I'm talking about. I see this sort of stuff every single day in North America, Canada, and the United States. The amount of people who come to me and say, oh, they think that the UK is like becoming some sort of failed state. And it's because of things like this.
Stop people catcalling and harassing female runners.
You have illegal migrant rape gangs in your...
This is what they talk about in the United States. Just to give you an idea of like the contrast between the reality and the narrative that's been pushed. And it is being pushed hard.
And you've got your fucking female officers running around a highway in order to catch people that might commit a crime.
Hey, let's be super clear on this. The entire point of a community police force is that. That's exactly what they're supposed to be there for. They're supposed to be out on the street looking for crimes.
As I said before, I think the UK is potentially on the verge of a revolution.
In the last 24 hours, this story has been spreading everywhere, like a match that could ignite a powder keg, after a 14-year-old Scottish girl defended herself when a migrant was caught following her and her 12-year-old sister while filming them.
I think this is, like, stuff like this is what radicalizes people. It's people seeing the blatant unfairness of this.
That's my point. Right there. I mean, it's like the police issued a report. They described what happened. And then the disgusting, let's be very frank here, lies pushed by Elon Musk generates this outcome.
And Britain's far right were quick to jump onto that narrative. Of course, Paul Golding leads the far right Britain First. He also has 250,000 followers on Twitter. So he said, young Scottish girl shouted at migrant pervert. So we've got no idea who the person filming is, recording them before brandishing an axe and a knife to warn him off.
Again, no evidence of this. I mean, the police certainly haven't described it as this.
Is this what our country has come to? Is this what our girls have to do to protect themselves? Now, according to the National, or according to the Scottish police, actually, this was a Bulgarian couple. There's no suggestion they've done anything wrong whatsoever. Again, no evidence. What Golding said in that tweet was true. In fact, lots of evidence it probably wasn't. The video was also shared by Tommy Robinson, whose framing was more cautious, as befits a man who's been on the wrong end of Britain's defamation law. So he said, very concerning video out of Dundee. Very distressed young girls being filmed by a migrant. The children can be heard saying they're only 12 and to leave them alone.
That's the thing that's increasingly getting to me. You know, filmed by a migrant. It's like they're not a human being, a thing. It's an object of suspicion. That's what a migrant is. I mean, I'm a migrant myself, so like emotionally it does kind of bug me when it's sort of used this way, but this is literally how it's been used. It's like, it's not a person. Other
popular right-wing accounts in the US went even further. This was from the US's self-proclaimed most offensive comedian, Leonarda Jones. So she said, as someone who was stalked by a paedophile from the age of 8 to 11, I can tell exactly what point this girl is at. This isn't the first time pedo-Muslims have harassed her and her sister.
Wow. Yeah, here we go. Jeez.
She's exhausted every avenue of pleading to the adults to help her, and they've failed. They're afraid of the power structure. They don't know what else to do. They've essentially told her...
This is a work of fiction. Right now, there's no basis of fact here. She's literally just making this up.
She's on her own. That's what you see here. A 13-year-old girl that knows if she doesn't protect herself and her sister, they're going to end up like all the other girls who got abducted by Pakistani rape gangs.
So, I mean, look, let's just recap here before we draw this to a close. What's actually happened, okay? To me, this story is about feral children. Unless new information comes out, the story really is about dysfunctional kids in Dundee, in Scotland. And the question then becomes, okay, how prevalent is it? How do we address it? And why are 12-year-olds walking around carrying knives and axes? You know, it's a pretty important question to ask. I mean, Scotland did have quite a rough history with knife crime, going back to, I think that was Glasgow, I believe. But despite the police report, this is what we see. This is what comes out of it. A growing, powerful, populist right, increasingly powerful in the UK, potentially the next government, or certainly could be the opposition government. Anyway, gonna leave it there. Thanks. Take care. As always, everyone, if you've made it this far, don't forget to like and subscribe, and don't forget to check out the rest of my channel. Thanks very much.